connected UC. Hi everyone, this is NetMaven. Today we're going to talk about Cloud Connected UC. CCUC is a suite of Cisco Webex cloud services with a single global view to manage your on-premises UC and unified CM cloud services. CCUC is an efficient cloud-based managed service product for an on-premises unified communication manager development. It provides a centralized cloud-based tool for analytics, upgrades, and troubleshooting. It allows customers to leverage the benefit of Cisco Webex Cloud by keeping the critical calling workload on my premises. So customers can subscribe to UC management services on the Cloud Hub. Customer can access the Webex Control Hub to get a single global view and host the entire on-premises unified call manager network from a single operational control panel that supports Cisco Cloud services. CCUC helps manage multiple clusters for both Unified CM and Unified CM cloud deployments. CCUC achieves this with plugins that are installed on individual Unified Call Manager applications that send telemetry data to Cisco Webex Cloud. So plugins register with Cisco managed Webex Clouds during onboarding and are authenticated to clouds using Webex Common Identity Framework. Subsequent updates to these plugins are automatically managed through the cloud. So the COP file that is installed on a node is referred to the telemetry agent. The COP file only needs to be manually installed on versions earlier than 12.5 SU4. Developers the Unified CM Management plugin scope file communicates to the cloud through the configured proxies, downloads and the telemetry module, and installs it. The telemetry module is then activated and authenticated. It collects the telemetry data from the on-premises devices and sends the data to CCUC clouds, where CCUC Analytics UI directly accesses the data, generates the facts, and then renders the charts on UI. CCUC provides business metrics essential for capability planning and optimizing resources. It also provides automated workflow for end-to-end troubleshooting and change management tasks, such as upgrades. It helps system administrators maintain and communicate service-related key performance indicators, KPIs. Let's set up Cisco Webex Cloud Connected UC for on-premises devices. I must set up the on-premises devices in my organization to communicate with Cloud Control Hub. Once the devices are connected, I can view telemetry and analytics information for those devices on the Control Hub. So the first time I set up CCUC, a visitor guides me to on how to set up an agent file and cluster group. When I create more agent files and cluster groups after the first time, the wizard doesn't appear. Open Chrome and go back Cisco Webex Control Hub, and we're going to log in if needed. Then with the Webex Control Hub, let's navigate to Connected UC on the menu left. Let's click Enable Connected UC. The first thing that needs to be completed is create the agent corp file these will be installed on my server cluster. After installation, these will not be needed to reboot. So UC server in the lab are greater than 12.5 SU4, so a corp file is not needed. However, it would be good to go through the process of creating this corp file in case I ever needed to connect a server with an earlier version to CCUC. Let's create agent file. Let's get started. In here, we enter file name, CCUC agent. Click the X other box and click save. It will take a few moments to connect the door corp file. In this lab, there's no proxy servers. If I have proxies in my environment, I will enter land on this page before clicking save. This information will be configured onto the agent. If I have different proxies needed for different servers, then I would need to create an agent file for setup. So if proxies are the same or I don't have proxies, then one agent file should suffice to be installed on all servers. So once I'll click save first. Once the creation is complete, we're gonna click download link. This will save the file to the desktop. Alright, downloading from this link will download the corp file for UC version 12.5 and below. Lab, the version I have in the lab is 14. I can download the file on the agent install file page, which is covered in the next few steps. The file name will end in .shell 512 for V14 plus installs. Let's click the next. Now I must create a cluster group as stated on the screen. These groups can represent geolocations, release environments, etc. For this lab, I only have a UCM and IMP group, so I will need to create one cluster for that. So enter the cluster group name. We say dcloud lab, and we're going to enter a description and save. We'll click next, then finish to close the wizard. On the UC management card, let's click inventory. This page will list all the clusters that I created. I can delete the cluster by clicking detail link and click delete cluster group. So on the inventory page, let's click the install files tab on the right of the page. If I click downloads and pop up on the appear list agent file I created, that allows me to download them. As mentioned in the earlier, click download here will give me extra option to download a corp file from version 11.5x or 12.x. I downloaded the file earlier, so I say close the window. In the Cluster Hub, let's click Account. Let's copy the organization ID. Let's onboard a node having unified CM12.5 SU4 or higher. Earlier, I downloaded a corp file that can be used to onboard a node. This only needs to be used on version earlier than 12.4 SU4. In the lab, the use UCM as version 14, so onboarding is much quicker because the agent files are already there. I just needed to tell the agents my organizational ID, which I copied earlier without needing to install anything. Open PuTTY and log into my UCM. After logging in, let's enter the command utils UCMGMT organization and paste the organization ID. We're going to enter. Enter and the command is util agent enable. Sorry, util and UCMGMT agent enable. Let's try that. After a few minutes, the nodes will be onboarded. I can view the status by enter the command utils UCMGMT agent status. Now let's onboard unified CMIMP with the same step. We're gonna do enter commands utils. Just wait. UCMGMT agent UCMGMT organization utils organization. Let's place the organization ID. And utils UCMGMT agent enable. Let's check utils UCMGMT agent status. Okay, agent's process is not running. We just need to be patient and wait. When everything is ready, the agents will be running. Agent process is enabled. Agent watchdog enabled. And agent is not verified in Webex Control Hub. This will be all showing in the status. Let's refresh again on my UCM. The status is showing exactly what I want. And check IMP, see if it's ready. IMP is ready and status showing register. So let's go back to the connect to UC page. Now we are going to verify and assign clusters. Agent files are installed and configured. The next step is to verify and assign the server to a cluster group. On the UC arrangements, let's click inventory. I should now see a cluster group called unassigned. I don't see the group yet. I just need to be patient. It could take 10 to 15 minutes for an unassigned group to show up. We're going to click resolve on this page class group later. Okay, after waiting like 10 to 15 minutes, I see the unassigned group. Let's click resolve. On the next page, I will click verify, and I'll choose the Ecology Lab to change the group. So let's click and save it. One more time. Okay, let's click the check mark next to each server listed to verify each server to be added to the group. Each server should have a verification number listed for it. If it is not there, the agent hasn't completed setting up. I will need to wait a little longer and then try verifying them again. The verification number should match the verification code on the output of a utils UCMG MT agent status. All right. Let's click save. Now it's showing successfully verified. Let's click the back arrow at the top of the page to the next page. I should only use the lab cluster group listed, and let's check the cluster discovery in progress is showing online. By default, analytics are enabled and are being collected on the cluster. There's other management services that is useful to have enabled if I am migrating from Java to Webex. The Java to Webex migration isn't covered, so we'll not show you that. And the cluster information service management setting is what we're going to check on the UC management in inventory page. Let's click the detail on the cluster group listed. On the class listed, let's click details again. The page lists all nodes that are in the cluster and provides some details. We'll click ellipsis right here and choose service management. Let's toggle all the toggles. Say yes, I agree. Next is the certificate management. The control hub now can start monitoring the certificates on my cluster as well. Lists can be found on the main connected UC page with card named certificate management. This won't be much to do in this lab as far as certificates go, but I can read more about and you can tell me. Now that CCUC has enabled, the control hub can start collecting analytics from my cluster. Since this is a lab with no real data running through it, there won't be any data to see. We do have something to show you. So for connected the UC analytics, let's click analytics in the menu to the left. Let's click a connected UC tab on the top page. The page lists all the analytics that are provided by the cluster. It will take 24 hours before information will show up on this tab. Since I just onboarded my cluster, I may get no cluster fund. Okay. The CCUC has ability to troubleshoot a unified CM call signaling issue right from the control hub. This is done with the help of Webex serviceability connector. In this scenario, I will develop enterprise compute platform ECP to set up the connector. The development is gonna to register ECP node. The first thing I will need to do is develop the ECP on the EXSI cluster. For now, I'm going to download the ECP on my workstation. After the OVA is downloaded, complete and I can open EXSI to install. In my EXSI, let's create the register VM and deploy a virtual machine from an OVF or OVA file, and click next. Enter a name here. I would say Aruba ECP. We're going to say ECP1, and we're going to drag and drop the file. To the OVA, click next, and click next. Let's keep the deployment option as default. On the theme provision, only theme provisioning will work in the lab, and we'll click next, next. And in the additional setting page, let's expand it. We're gonna to enter host name is ECP1 cloud and IP click next and finish. Let's wait for OVA to deploy. Status should be functional at the bottom in recent task panel. Okay, I see my ECP is running. Let's go back to the control hub. I will go to the services. I'm gonna to check hybrid. Here I'm going to find the serviceability service card and setup. Let's keep enterprise compute platform, and we'll click next. In the next, we're going to create a new cluster, and we enter the name serviceability cluster 1, and serviceability node box. Here we're going to say ECP1 though, and click next. I'll keep everything default and keep next, and go to the node. Let's accept and proceed through any certificate errors. Let's check the box next to allow access to hybrid service node. Click continue. After I receive a registration complete screen, I can close the browser tab. After connecting the ECP nodes, they will then update and possibly upgrade, which means the system may need to reboot. Now I will configure ECP node to connect to Unified Call Manager. That's just popping up the URL right here, and we are going to accept and proceed the any certificate warnings, and we're going to log in with usernames, admin, and Cisco. I will be prompted to change my password, and let's change it. Change password. Click OK. First, let's go to configure settings. Copy and paste the serviceability connector. Click OK. Okay. Now let's go to manage the device. We're gonna choose new device. Device type. We're gonna build in this the UCM. Device name UCM1, and click the address. Enter the IP address of my UCM. I don't want a TLS verify, and also enter username password. Click no to SSH. Click verify. Now I'm collecting information from unified call manager nodes to the control hub. It may take some time for data to be collected in the control hub, so unfortunately I probably won't be able to see information being collected just yet. So let's look at where I can view this data once it's collected. Let's go to control hub, and we're going to click troubleshooting. Click the connected UC. Here's where the call analysis can be found. I can find out how it's gonna to use this page once the data is available. I'll click back to connected UC, or I should do hybrid. Serviceability service is becoming operational. Everything is events history.